Dante blames Jason. At Sonny's, he and Jason are back, and Isaiah gives him a checkup. Dante arrives and is fuming mad. He tells Jason that Danny almost got Rocco killed last night. Sonny asks what he's talking about, and Jason says he got a text from Danny, but hasn't talked to him yet. Dante tells them what happened, and that he blames Jason more than he blames Danny, as he doesn't supervise his kid enough. Jason takes off, and Isaiah asks Dante not to do anything to set his father back after his surgery. Isaiah heads out, and Sonny is glad to hear Lulu is taking care of Rocco and he'll be okay. He asks his son if he will be okay. Dante admits he hasn't been that scared in his entire life. Sonny thought he was taking the boys to a game, but Dante explains that he got wrapped up in Brooklyn's drama and canceled their plans. He should have known they needed supervising, and while Danny's a great kid, he's reckless. Sam used to be the one who set boundaries for him. He doesn't think Jason does that, so he has to make sure Rocco doesn't hang out with Danny anymore. He also talks about Gio, whom he can't trust, and who made things worse. Dante rants about Gio's poor choices, and Sonny defends the boy. He says kids at Gio's age don't know how to recognize alcohol poisoning. Dante tells his dad to stop, as he sounds like Lloyd. Sonny understands Dante is looking for someone to blame, but kids make mistakes. He also says you can't protect your kids 100% of the time. Dante thinks he could have lost his son, and if it happened, he couldn't take it. Jason has a talk with Danny back at the Quartermains. Sasha tells Danny that apologizing and making amends for his mistake is one thing, but he must be better moving forward, she says, or you could look at this as dodging a bullet and pretending nothing happened. Which will it be? Danny won't forget this lesson, and she tells him he'll eventually be tempted again and have to make better choices. She thinks he'll learn from this, and hopefully he'll be around to teach her baby some of the things he's learned. Jason appears and listens in the background. Jason eventually enters and tells his son he got his text and asks what is going on. Sasha exits, and Danny tells him what happened with Rocco and that it's all his fault. Jason asks if he was drinking, and Danny says very little. Danny admits he left Rocco alone, and his brother didn't even want to go to the party. He didn't know he was drinking and would have stopped him if he had known. Jason tells Danny he let this get out of control, and it can never happen again. Danny promises it won't. Jason tells him that he has to take responsibility and make things right with Rocco. He's given him a lot of freedom to make his own choices, hopefully good ones, but he is still responsible for him. Jason says that moving forward, they will check in with each other every night at 9. Jason trusts his son and knows he'll learn from this and will do better. Jason tells Danny that his brother, AJ, started drinking when he was Danny's age. It cost him and this family so much, and he doesn't want that for him. He tells his son to learn from this and not to do it again. Dante enters, and Danny faces him and tells him that he's sorry for everything. Dante knows. Jason asks Danny to give him and Dante a minute, so he leaves. Jason says Danny understands he made a mistake and it won't happen again. Danny asks what he will do to make his kid understand the consequences of his actions. Just talking to him isn't enough. Dante says he could charge Danny as an accessory to attempted manslaughter.